Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I know we just had a 2-month break, but for my own mental health, I needed to take it. And, well, the game can't really run without me because I'm the storyteller. Uh, couple things and announcements. If you have not heard yet, the Queen has passed away today. With her successor being her son, Prince Charles. We wish the family the best, and, of course, our condolences to the family. We make no statement in support of or against the Queen. Very neutral here, just condolences to the family. We're not taking sides. Otter, was there any, major Dire Bear announcements that I missed on? Fantastic. So, we got a one-shot next Wednesday, and we will be updating merch, very soon. So, I have a rather long, lengthy when we last left off, and before we do that, let's have our intro. Alright, so, the story so far. Because a lot has happened. They're level 7 and about halfway through the campaign now. So, here is what's happened so far. Some of them participated in a tournament, and then traveled their way to the city of Ys, during which they met a traveling caravan called the Clockwork Caravan, and have deepened their friendships. At Ys, they were told that the Crown Prince had been kidnapped along with one of the Knight Lieutenants, and they were they were requested to go rescue them, to act as the vanguard for the army that comes behind them. In Arkala, they met their first challenge. A Damphier by the name of Sir Jarvan the Hammer. This city was torn between love and contempt for this man, and they brokered a deal with Sir Karthus the Night Stalker to remove Jarvan from his seat. Strange things have been happening in the world at large, making travel difficult, making seasons advance quicker than normal. they encountered a specter of Hades. No, sorry, not the specter of Hades. A specter of Thanatos under the orders of Hades in Travercraig, where they dealt with a sibling pair of tiefling knight lieutenants, Dame Jesmond and Sir Jordain. In a city where doing good for no payment at all has resulted in people being mistrustful of anybody offering something for free. And after successfully vanquishing them, and then taking time to relax as Fred was requested to assist in the preparations of a priestess of Persephone in her wedding preparations before she was to head to Arcala. It is the dawn of a new day, and the snow has fallen very thickly. Winter is here. Apologies. I'm just quickly trying to refresh myself on what a character's name is. Okay. The new Knight Lieutenant of Travercraig, a Sir Thomas title to be announced because the DM has not yet figured it out. Has sent a runner to collect your group. Unless the party would like to take this chance to perhaps question some party members who may still be having a little bit of a tough time after their encounter with Z Pitts. I'm sorry, did all of my audio cut out, or are you all just being incredibly quiet?
Oh, just being incredibly quiet.
Good God, how many more openings do I have to give you people?
At least one more, as
At least one more? Okay.
As always, at least one more.
There weren't enough signs on the carpet going, go this way.
Seriously, did you run out of rose petals? What's going on?
Look, I only had so many, and I wasted them all in the foyer. I'm sorry.
Just a giant pile of petals in the foyer.
I managed to trickle some up the stairs, but, like, that's as far as it got.
Got them further in, just walking over them. No.
I guess I'll start. In the time Fred has been off assisting for the wedding, Orion has mostly kept to themselves, uncharacteristically quiet, I guess would be a good way to put it. I've attuned to my new robe and just kind of existing.
Are we all still asleep?
But we've been summoned, yeah?
Yes, although I would like to give the party a chance to do the thing. Party? Like, are y'all good?
I think so.
I've just been spending time with Sasha's brother, if possible.
Absolutely. You have been helping outfit new people with new prosthetics. And under the new reign, done for free.
I can get behind that.
They don't want anything in return? They're risking it?
I mean,
Well-
we dealt with the problem.
Yeah. Let's get
I'm definitely going to risk it.
Man's gonna risk it for the biscuit. But also, I'm gonna point the glaring neon sign at the party member who hasn't really shut up the entire time you've been traveling with him, who is now inordinately quiet. As every single genie neon sign from Aladdin is pointing at Orion. Come on!
Well,
I do have a question for the DM.
I have an answer. I hope.
What does the ethereal plane look like? As I can now see into it at all times at 120 feet.
Let me get back to you on that. I am literally writing it down so that I can properly describe it for you later.
Lovely.
Neon signs, guys.
Sorry, you were
Come on.
saying something, Fred? I cut you off there.
that's okay. I mean, well, Fred's gone. She's going to worry about how Orion's doing. And when she comes back, she's going to go up to him and say, Orion, how are you okay? I know being in those pits was really bad.
Sorry, I had to clear my throat. This food is way too spicy for what it should be. Oh.
I thought Orion didn't need to eat.
This book is very spicy. Apologies. The knowledge is too spicy.
I feel like that is a white person problem. Things being too spicy, white person problem.
Listen.
Anyway, sorry, moving on.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not something I'd like to be back in if possible. I've spent far too much time underground. I don't like it. Brings back bad memories.
I don't want to go back there either. That was really hard on all of us. More on you. But we should let the party know. I think we all stick together. We'll be okay.
Just kind of sighs and nods. What's Sasha been up to while we've been waiting for Fred to come back?
Oh, I've just been spending time with my brother and, I mean, working there where I can. I know Maxim has been having Monarch come and help, but I mean, I lived here for some years, so might as well assist where I can. And fix any of my armor and just sleep a lot and eat a lot because I'm recuperating just a little bit.
Oh, yes. Didn't he promise somebody? Who was it?
The fellow masked man.
Was it Karasef that he promised
Yeah,
to show the
sorry,
runes to?
Karasef, I'm so sorry.
All right, you know what?
Carrie,
Look, no,
yeah.
it's all good. It's all good. It's been 2 months.
What-
Nobody
what am I-
remembers
what
who
was
they're
I
playing
promised?
anymore.
A conversation because you saw dog form.
Oh yeah.
Right.
I'm so glad we're all on the same page here. This is great. Let me handle that one real quick. And then we will circle back to Orion. We're gonna come back to that. Karasef.
Yeah.
What you are shown with Sasha out of his armor is a series of engraved and painted on runes on the inside of every single piece of armor Sasha wears.
Was that what we talked about?
Yep.
Telling him?
Yes? Was that not what it was?
No, it was just what he was, I think. But I mean,
I mean,
Is that not part
I
of
can
it?
totally not know that. That's very possible.
Q, is that not part of that? That's how you maintain not...
Oh yeah, that's true. It
turning?
is how I maintain. Whoops. Okay, continue. Runes. Yep. We're having a great time. Sorry, continue. I apologize.
This is what I get for taking a 2-month break.
Where am I? How did I get here?
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Sorry,
Okay,
that was
so
my panic.
it's all good. So he shows you the runes in the inside of Sasha's armor. And then he explains that these runes help Sasha maintain control over a different version of himself. He does not explicitly say what that version is.
Unique methodology there. Certainly never seen any. Is this like the equivalent of writing your name in your underwear in like camp when you were a little kid?
No.
No. Okay. All right. I never went to camp. Maybe I don't get it.
Now I'm like, did Sasha go to camp? He'd be a camp counselor. He'd be great. I'm just saying.
We need fan art of Sasha in full plate guiding around a group of kids to go do camp activities now.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Sorry. I honestly, in real life, I'd have had a very long day, so I'm not coming up with much to talk about the sigils. I'm sorry.
That's okay. You know what? Roll me an insight check.
Insight check on it. Insight.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a mulligan. Roll it again.
Strong 9. Double
You
it.
make the correlation between the werewolf and Sasha and the runes.
Oh, okay. I get it. That's interesting. So, what happens if one of these wears out? Just one.
It weakens.
It weakens.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes,
Well, that's
it's
better than it
not-
just failing altogether.
Yeah, no. They'll start to fail if more than half of them disappear.
Oh, so you've got some redundancy installed here. I like that.
Oh, I've been at this a long time.
How long
For the
is a long
record,
time?
the only people in the room while this conversation is happening is Sasha, Max, and Karasef. Nobody else is here.
Maxim the entire
Maxim.
time. No, you can call him Max. That's fine. It's just I like saying Maxim.
No, his name is Maxim. I just forgot. I was gonna say Maximilian, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
There's too many.
Too many letters.
Too many. He's got like a scowl on his face the entire time. Not because, well, actually, because like Sasha is telling Karasef these things. He's a protective older by
Yes.
2 minutes brother.
Still an older
Also,
brother.
Sasha would have his helmet off while we speak, and you can see the similarities between both Sasha and Maxim.
Right, that's right. At the end of last time, I was like, oh yeah, you two are twins.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. It's all starting to come back.
Yes.
It's all flooding in.
You are handed a pot of paint, Karasef.
Okay.
Should the runes start to fade, all you have to do is copy the grooves exactly with this paint.
I don't
Fair
need
enough. What color is it?
Green.
Quentin, what color do you want it to be?
Green. I don't need a
Green it
babysitter
is.
though. God, I can do it myself. Shit. All right.
Do you have magic, Sasha?
Are you asking a paladin?
Oh shit, you're a paladin. That's
That
right.
question. I'm like,
Do
No.
you know who you're talking to, brother?
I don't have magic moonbeams.
I totally forgot you were a paladin. I honestly thought you were a battle master.
It was pretty fun.
Me like, do I have magic? Holds out hand beams.
Ooh, that
Oh
break
my-
hitting everybody.
God, this is a fucking disaster. The first session back.
Woo.
There
Oh,
are no
man, okay.
bumpers here.
Whew. Jesus, I'm so sorry, guys. It's not that I don't think that you can take care of yourself. Sometimes these runes can be tricky, and if you need them done quickly, and you can't handle it because you're too close to the shift, it helps to have somebody else who knows what's going on. Which is how I'm gonna rescue the I don't need a babysitter. You're not a paladin!
I mean, technically you are giving the magic paint to also a paladin.
Yes,
Yep.
but I distinctly knew that Karasef had magic because I know what he's multi-classed as.
I
I
think-
just forgot you were a paladin.
I start crying glittery tears. They're filled with magic. That's why they're glittering.
Okay, Lady Gaga.
Listen, I'm
Why
doing
do
my
you
best.
sparkle? God, you can't just ask someone why is sparkle.
As I'm sobbing.
Oh my god.
Actually, I didn't even want to say this like in
Oh.
character. I just wanted to say pally bros and like fist bump Zara, but that was stuck in my head, so that's okay.
Oh my god. I
I
need
apologize,
that as
continue.
art. I need that as art. Just Sasha and Karasef in full armor fist bumping
Pally
to call
bros.
each other pally bros. I love that. Jesus.
Sasha
You
definitely
know,
comes
as
up with
paladins,
it.
we gotta look out for each other.
And
It's a
afterwards,
fraternity of brothers.
looking at each other and go, no one will believe us. We will not speak of this again.
Yeah. Oh, hold on. I can't remember. What is Maxim?
An elf.
An elf, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have three very different creatures in this room.
Well, Sasha without his armor also looks like an elf.
Yeah. Not
Yeah, but-
always wolfed out.
Okay.
It's just he has the propensity to wolf out, whereas
I
Maxim
mean, I
does
suppose
not.
that makes sense. You are twins with the other elf.
Uh-huh.
And you are humanoid.
Yes. Although I think about half the team knows what I am at this point.
Yes. I remember. I know. Sorry, but yes. Hey, we're having fun.
I love
On-
it. I love it.
Under the surface level, we have 3 very different creatures in this room. Think. Hee hee hee. It's okay. Now we're pally bros. Nobody can fight us. Okay, sorry.
No, you're good. Okay. Orion, since you and Fred are discussing, and it's just the two of you, because Monric is off installing a new prosthetic for somebody, Sasha and Karasef are having conversations with Maxim in regards to Sasha's armor. Orion, you get the feeling that you could probably trust Fred if you wish to unload your concerns about what you saw.
That is still something I am processing my way through, but the information that I would have divulged with Fred was I spent a extended period of time, did not really give a numerical amount, because even I'm not sure, but an extended period of time trapped in a rock slide, buried in rubble.
Fred is just going to sit beside him and be there for him. We'll try to keep you out of pits and out of underground. What do you think of the snow?
It's very white. It's lovely to look at, but makes traversing difficult.
It will be. It'll be cold. We'll have to make sure we've got warm gear when we continue on.
Okay, fantastic. I'm gonna use this opportunity to, y'all
Thank
are being
you.
summoned.
For saving me from a from a Disney reference there.
Yep. Yep, we're not doing that one. Not doing that one. The 3 groups of you are being summoned by a squire of some kind. And no, I'm not giving you names. They are just the squire. They're very short-lived.
Roger that. Lead the way.
It doesn't take you guys long to arrive back at the Knights' Barracks. These Knights' Barracks were previously closed to all, participants. To everybody. And, now they are open to all. In the main square are many people who are training or being trained in various combat forms. It looks like they are going to refill the ranks of their knight orders as quickly as possible, and many who are there are they're new recruits, many of which have prosthetics, as if they are ready to bring something new. You are led into what is now being used as the as the meeting room. Seated at the back of the room in what used to be one of the Knight Lieutenant's chairs, given the hellish decorations that are associated with it, is the harried-looking older man who has taken over running Travercraig. This is Sir Thomas. Standing behind him are 3 animal-masked figures that you recognize as part of, as part of the underground, as it were. Clearly staying there to protect the new Knight Lieutenant. As you approach, the squires move over to garner all of you chairs so that you might sit. And after you've all settled in and small tables brought to sort of sit between the chairs and refreshments are also brought for you, you notice that Sir Thomas seems to be taking his lunch while having this semi-impromptu meeting with you guys. I apologize for eating while we have this meeting, but it's a lot of work to take over a city of this size from a pair that were running it into the ground. I've been going since well before dawn, and I don't foresee myself being in bed with my husband until well after midnight. But you're not here to listen to me gripe about my new position. We've had reports that the snow that has been falling has actually been falling for quite a while. The pass between our city and Silver Summit is no longer passable. And won't be passable again till spring. Now, there are a few alternate routes. You could attempt to go north via the waterway, but that's going to take you quite a long time. I think more time than your army is going to allow you. You could retrace your steps back to Arcala and head south to Foulholt. It's my own city and I couldn't pronounce it. Charter a ship through the Luva Gulf and around to Silver Summit. Or you can head directly south from here to Warrington. I wish I could give you more reports, but any reports that they've had from other cities, they seem to have conveniently lost. So we have no idea what you're going to be walking into.
Does he seem to be honest about the reports from other cities?
You can go ahead and give me an insight check.
I would gladly do that. That's a whopping 7.
Yes, as far as you can tell, he's telling you the truth.
Sure. Well, by the sound of it, if time is of the essence, heading south to Warrington seems a good way to go. What do you guys think?
So I don't want to
Route south or the boat charter sounds fine to me.
Mom, we lost your mic.
Oh,
Oh,
is that
there we go.
better?
Yeah, you may have
Okay.
just had to speak up a little bit.
Yep. I don't want to go north. I think it's best we go down to Warrington.
I think Warrington sounds like a good idea, but don't we have another pass that might be blocked going that direction?
No, the winter storm seems to it goes east to south. As soon as we get that full storm that's coming through, it'll travel south. That's the typical route, happens every year. You've got maybe 3 weeks of clear travel to get down there. Which is good, because you guys are only a week ahead of the army right now.
How long is the trip to Warrington?
Shouldn't be any more than 5 days, considering the fact that you have horses. Also, Fred, something inexplicable is drawing you towards Warrington.
Okay. Well, we should go. If the army coming behind us is only a week behind us, we have to get ahead of them to continue what we've promised and try to find the people we're looking for.
I'm good for Warrington.
Sasha, you've been awfully quiet.
Contemplating. I'm all right going with what the group decides in the end. I'm here to assist in any way I can. So,
You don't want to stay with your brother?
sorry?
You don't want to stay with your brother?
I mean,
I,
I'm a follower of Hermes. I travel quite a bit. I visit when I can, and
Okay.
visit I do. He knows I travel. I don't need to stay with him, as much as he would much rather that. I've been traveling for most of my life. Traveling is what I do.
we should pack up some supplies for the.
I'm so sorry, I missed half of that.
We should go pack up our supplies for a week trip.
Well, I guess we should go stock up for the road.
All right. Sir Thomas hands you a small pouch. In it is 50 gold pieces. to be split evenly between the 5 of you to be able to get any supplies that you might need going forward.
Oh God, who's doing the quick math for that?
It's 10 pieces each.
Okay. I say quick math and my brain was like, no compute.
What supplies would you guys like to get? Or are we
Well,
going to say that you have collected about 10 gold pieces of general supplies?
I feel like some winter attire for.
You mean the winter attire that you guys already have
Mhm.
as payment from Igas?
Make sure
Yeah,
everyone
that
still
winter attire.
has that and is prepared for it.
Okay.
Rations and whatnot for the week.
Hmm.
Yeah, just
Okay.
general supplies.
Cool. In those general supplies are first aid materials. If you needed to replace your bedroll, you were able to get a slightly better one than you had before. The blankets are, definitely warmer, more suited for a colder temperature. If you needed any of your clothing repaired, you get that done. And all in all, you spend about 10 gold pieces in the city. What he has done is basically, in giving you guys this money, has helped re-stimulate his own economy. Sasha, or Party, with one last goodbye to Maxim before you all head out. You saddle up your horses, clamber on for those who are, and into the wagon for those that are not. Namely, Kitchen and I think Orion are both in the wagon.
Mm-hmm.
And away you guys go. The first 2 days of travel are uneventful. There is a little bit of stress when it comes to crossing through the mountains. But for the most part, it's low stress. And nothing goes wrong. Things start to seem weird after you cross the mountains. I'm gonna need everybody to give me a perception check, please.
Coming up.
All right, I have eyes for this reason alone.
Ooh, is this vision-based perception?
Yes.
Ooh. I have
21.
advantage now.
Damn. Everybody got eyes today.
Not Karasef with that +0. Hold on. All right,
I think
sir.
19's a pretty good roll with a +0.
Yeah, honestly, it was. That's why I was surprised. I'm like, excuse me? I have a +8.
With advantage, a 10.
Ryan, not again.
I've just got my nose in a book.
Okay. Well, for those of you who rolled not Orion, as you're traveling, you start to notice more and more how just lived in but abandoned everything seems to be. Like, people had time to pack the things that they wanted to pack, and almost like it hasn't been that long since they've left, but also it's I don't know. Something about it seems off. There's nobody working the fields. There is no other people on the roads. And as you've traveled through, for the most part, you have seen other travelers. Sasha, you said you had a 21?
Yes.
Monric and Sasha, the two of you catch just the faintest glimpse of what looks like a lizard with wings in the distance before it either leaves your sight range or disappears entirely.
Anybody else see that?
See what?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Ah. Like in the clouds, you said?
Just
sky?
in the distance.
In the distance, straight forward,
Yep.
on the ground.
Didn't say on the ground. I just said in the distance.
Hmm.
It looked like a lizard with wings.
All right, hold on. I didn't mean to put that there. That's fine. But I mean, it's also good because I didn't get a horse for Sasha. I took Fine Steed. I'm using it.
I know. You're riding an elk like a
Yes.
weirdo.
Not as a weirdo, as a Oath of the Ancients with a love. His name is Lapo. What do you want?
Huh?
I wanted to read something in combat and out. Oh, that's fun. That's fun to know. I would like to stop the party. Everyone, let's just stop for just a quick moment. And I will slide off of Lapa, and I would like to send them forward. I will continue to like walk forward as well. We can have a mile between us, and I can communicate telepathically with them. So I want to make sure that I'm not leaving that sort of mile range.
Okay.
But I would like to send him ahead in a way to see what is up there.
Okay. You do so. He doesn't see anything. But you're sure you know what you saw.
Yeah. All right. Everyone, I don't think this path is safe anymore, and I'll call Lapa back. That way I can get back, remount onto him and
Yeah, of course.
continue.
Did you see a dragon? Because that's kind of what I saw.
That is what I'm thinking. Yes.
Well, some of them can be rather talkative. Interesting to talk with. Depends on the color.
Ryan, you've talked with the dragon?
Have you not?
Your tone seems very pointed right now.
There are many books
no.
on it.
Many books on it, sure, but talking to one personally?
You know, to be fair, some dragons like to shapeshift and mingle around humanoids. You may have talked to one and just never known.
Well, then, unfortunately, I must say that I don't believe I have, but I would not have knowledge if I had.
I like to think that I have.
Well, regardless, I think with the nature of the area around here being abandoned as it is, and a creature that may or may not be a dragon ahead, we at least need to proceed very carefully.
Yes.
What color of the dragon was it?
I mean, it was fairly far in the distance. Did we get a color?
No,
Am I colorblind? No, we couldn't
you
see.
You just didn't catch the look.
We didn't catch the color.
It was
But-
like you saw it and then it was gone.
You know, if I had my best guess, because it was at a very far distance, probably black. Because, I mean, what do you?
Okay.
I feel like any other color, you still wouldn't see. It's such a distance, right?
Fair enough.
It basically looked like a little shadow. What is that? Sorry. I have an item and I don't know where I got it.
What item?
I think it's just from. Oh no, aha! I know what it is. It's my
Is-
instrument.
Okay, I was gonna say, is it the thus far unidentified god item that I haven't figured out what each of you's gotten? Still?
No. It's I forgot that I had to choose an instrument and I'm like, instrument. It's a drone flute. I forgot about it.
Okay.
I forgot about our shape-shifting item to yet be
Yeah,
determined.
they're still shape shifting. They're still shape shifting. I still haven't figured it out. I'm gonna try and do that this weekend. Yo, man, shit has been. I'm glad I took those 2 months off, but shit got real busy in the interim.
I wonder if it's someone Alita knows.
Who knows? But you ain't running into her again for a bit. You continue on with your travel. Fred, as you continue to draw closer to Warrington, something just seems to feel right. Almost like you're coming home. But you've never been to Warrington. But something feels like coming home. On the 4th day of your travel, before you are set to arrive to this city, you start noticing some severe property damage to the fields. And, oh. Okay. And, when I say severe, Sasha, given the previous conversation you just had with Orion, could you please give me an investigation check?
16.
Okay. Well, did you say that you had read about dragons?
I mean, I travel a lot. I would probably stop by like shops that had books and stuff like that. Would I have ever specifically like searched out dragon information? No, but if information had come up that had to deal with dragons while I was flipping through a book, I probably would have seen that.
Okay. So you know basic knowledge, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay,
they have
cool.
wings.
Yeah.
4 legs,
These are
tail.
giant scratch marks and furrows in the ground. There is dried blood and carcasses, too mangled to determine their origin. Whatever this thing is, it's big.
We're in danger. Most possibly. From what I would take with the these.
Clarification with DM.
Yes.
Has Orion had interactions with dragons outside of books?
Yes, but it was really... They were young.
It was once upon a time. Got it.
Yes. Like, even with how good your memory is, you're not sure that you would be able to pinpoint, like, any one particular conversation.
But they happened.
They happened. You just...
Okay.
Yeah.
Roger that.
Okay. You set up camp on day 4. How are you setting up watches? Not gonna ask if, I'm gonna ask how.
Bubble.
I will take first watch.
Okay.
Monric has mid-watch.
How many watches? 3, 4?
3 should be fine.
I'll take the middle one with
Okay.
I'll go
I'll
wherever
hop-
still needs space.
I'll pop on first watch.
Sounds like Karasev's taking last watch all by himself.
Rock on.
Well, with kitchen.
Oh, yes, with Kitchen.
There we go.
With Kitchen, who has fed you guys superbly well on rations. It's very impressive.
He's
It's all
cooked
in
up
the
most
spices.
delicious, like, soup using snow.
Well, at least snow is, fresh
Liquid.
water once you melt it down.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like it is here, in modern day, where you probably don't want to eat the snow because Lord knows what pollutants are in the air. This is the fantasy realm. And that shit isn't that bad right now.
Oh, you melt it and boil it, it's still good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just don't eat it when it's yellow.
Yep.
Yellow snow, say no.
All right. Sasha and Orion, you're up
Mhm.
first on watch.
I
Everybody
pictured you
is, of
saying
course-
that in character, Karasef.
I can't picture Karasef saying that. That's too fun. Just like oddly stern about it.
The parent
Oh.
telling their child they shouldn't do a thing.
Exactly. Fantastic.
He learned it at camp. Okay, first watch.
Would you like a roll?
Yes, please.
Perception? Question mark?
Yes.
25.
Okay. Orion?
$12.
Okay. As you are both sitting there on watch, the fire is... You're kept it low, even though everything is sort of kept at a decent temperature because Leoman's tiny hut. Still, the fire has that comforting feel to it. Also, Otter, I've meant to ask. I know that, it's supposed to be, 10 foot, circular. But how do you imagine your Leoman's tiny hut manifests?
I don't feel like they'd be too fancy about it. You can change the color. It's opaque from the outside of a color of your choice. Transparent
Yeah,
from
but
the inside.
I mean,
How does it
Admirable
manifest?
device.
Yeah, how does it manifest on the inside? Like, is it one of those like a 10 by 10 square foot room that sort of looks like a cabin in the woods? Like,
No.
Or a tent with multi-levels.
is
Oh,
it bigger on the inside?
Give me a couple more levels and I'll give you a real hearty
I know.
description.
I know.
But
you know,
no,
your
imagine.
basics. Come on.
Yeah, it's Orion. So from the inside, it is transparent, but there's almost a sheen of the constellations with lines kind of slowly interconnecting each of the stars within it. Just kind of feels like you're lying under the night sky, but if you look at it and just kind of stare, you can see the constellations slowly trace and untrace themselves. Some of
That's a
them
cool
which are
feeling.
not actually on the sky beyond it, but they're in the dome.
Okay. Fantastic. All right. Party dares. Let's see. With your
Bless you.
20 and again.
Oh,
Got another one?
nope.
Fantastic.
No, I think 5 is the limit there.
Okay. Sasha,
Yes.
with your 25.
Delicious.
Where you are camped has a small copse of trees near it. And you just happen to be kind of watching the trees because everything else seems to be destroyed farmland. And you see 2 little beady eyes staring at you from between the leaves.
Mm.
Well, you think they're staring at you, but they're definitely staring at this opaque dome that just appeared out of nowhere.
Okay. I need to be outside to cast spells, correct?
No.
I thought okay.
You have to be outside to cast spells that are gonna go outside.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at my spells and I was like, I thought I had something, but I guess I don't. How far would you say from the dome?
40 feet.
Okay. Without sort of giving away that I know it's there, I will talk to Orion about what I've seen, kind of thing. Without like facing him. I will it seems we have a little bit of a visitor, Orion. Towards the tree line. 2 eyes.
Still looking at you. I see it.
Do we want to take a look?
I mean, if
do
I
have a spell can get me a distance behind it, at least.
if I leave the dome, it will go away. I'll reach into my pocket and produce Taito. I could send a pair of eyes over there.
Actually, that might be best.
Sure. I will send Taito out the far side of the globe from the pair of eyes to circle around and kind of get up into the trees above it to see if he can see anything.
Okay. You see... how do I want to...
Do you need
What?
perception from Burb?
Yes, please.
Okie dokie. Advantage with +3. Sure. Taito has a highs. There's an 18 and a 19 on the die. So 22.
Okay. With a 22, what he finds is it looks like a miniature dragon.
It seems to be some kind of miniature dragon.
No, not a wyvern. This is a miniature dragon.
All right. Well, if it's miniature, I don't see it causing an issue unless there are more.
How small is miniature? For clarification, are we talking
Like the size of Draco?
cat-sized?
Its wingspan does not go larger than the span of your two hands, like thumb to thumb, and then stretched out.
So it's like a ferret with wings.
Okay.
Just a baby.
And then its body length is about 3. Like it's 3 hand widths.
He's very long.
He's long, but he's small. Like
I mean, 3 of those I think span my desk.
yeah, but most of that is his tail.
Oh. I'll go take a look. You stay in here. I'm sure if it's small, it won't cause us much damage.
Well, we don't know if it means harm yet.
That's very true. Stay here. Keep the tiny hut open, and I will get up. I won't. Like my armor is still on, yes, but I will not like pick up any of my weapons.
Yep.
Remember to use nice words.
I think I'm nice. And I will, and I'll even leave my shield, and I'll go out. I won't go right towards the dragon, but I will like stop, like off to the side of it. I will also bring like little pieces of meat with me.
Okay. Smart. You approach the trees.
Mhm.
And as you approach the trees, those eyes disappear.
I mean no harm. I have meat. I'll just kind of like hold out my palm with the meat on it.
Okay, and do you just wait there?
I wait like
as still as
a
you
couple
can?
minutes. No, I wait a couple minutes.
Yeah, but like as still as you can, like not moving.
Yeah.
Does
All right,
Taito
Q.
still have eyes on which direction it went?
Nope. Taito has lost it.
Okay. They are going to flutter down and just kind of sit on Sasha's shoulder because Orion is very curious and is just watching this happen.
Yep. All right, Q. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Roll for Sky Puppy.
9.
Oh, for Sky Puppy.
God fucking damn it. Fuck you, D&D Beyond. I searched for a specific thing. Don't give me the extras. I just want the one fucking thing. God damn. Okay. Hang on. I gotta count, because, like, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Hang on. 19. I need you to roll me roll me a d20.
Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, D20.
No,
I'm
there is
like,
20
I'm
of
gonna
them.
roll a
Roll me a
D20 and
d20.
probably roll it out.
Roll me a d20.
9. Shit.
It is surprising how well this thing hid from you. The sun is going down. It is getting dark. This tiny dragon that flutters down out of the trees is a brilliant snow white.
Oh.
And it lands on your hand. Its little claws kind of like grasping at your fingers. And the tail quickly wraps around your wrist for its own stability. Before its tiny mouth takes the entire hunk of meat that is in your hand and gobbles it immediately before trilling at you that it wants more.
Oh, okay, hold on. Also don't eat so quickly. That was a big piece. I didn't expect you to be so small. And, I'll, like, fetch another piece. I want to say that I've, like, grabbed a little bag, and it's just been, like, on my hip.
Orion, this is what you see. You see a tiny white dragon. Now on Sasha's hand. Okay. Sorry, I had double checked my notes. Sasha, I need you to give me an animal handling check, please.
Yeah.
Also, why are you always the first one?
Why not? 21, 19 plus 2.
Okay.
Keeping with those 9s.
You
I don't like
are
'em, but-
very careful in how you handle this tiny white dragon.
Like the delicate little snowflake he is.
Yes. And after you have finished feeding him, and he very clearly looks like, you can tell that he's eaten a lot. Like, stomach is engorged because is tiny, right?
Mm-hmm. It's got quite
But-
the appetite.
But what he does,
Mm.
and you know that it's a he, because you now have a small little mental connection to this white dragon.
Okay.
We're gonna call them a dragonlet.
Damn, this dragon's lit. All right.
No! Why are you like this?
Okay. Oopsie, sorry. Did I get a character sheet of some sort for him?
Nope.
Or you're gonna send it to me?
Nope. He tells you that his name is Memrat.
Memrat.
Memrat. Memrat.
Memrat. All right.
And he kind of lifts off of your hand and goes up to your shoulder and kind of just curls around your neck because that is where you are warmest and promptly falls asleep.
Oh. I mean, I do produce a lot of body heat.
Yep.
Stop it, Otter.
What is Otter doing?
But yes. I mean, I have like this big like cloak, and it has like a bunch of fur at the top that I wear around like the cowl basically. And
yep.
Yeah, he's like all tucked in and a little fur. Yeah. Okay. And I will slowly make my way back into the tiny hut.
All right. You arrive back in the tiny hut.
Seems I have made a little friend.
Also, I should clarify before everybody else starts misspelling this. That is how it is spelt.
Okay.
Before somebody else spells it L-I-T again. These are not meme dragons. Also, they cannot help you in combat.
Okay.
I don't care how much you train them. They are not combat pets.
Oh.
The most you could do is send them for messages and use them as messengers.
Aw.
Can they start tiny
Which is-
fires?
No.
And they start
Well-
a campfire.
Not Sasha's.
Yes, that's a wait, dragonlet.
Yes. So Sasha's could like cool a really hot cup of coffee or tea.
Nice. Oh, iced coffee. That's lit.
Perfect.
Okay. God damn it.
Mhm.
Anyway, Sasha, you have found yourself a dragonlet.
Ah.
And you come back to Orion. Orion, this is the first time you've ever seen one of these things.
I've never seen one of these so small before.
You know
I-
what? But Orion, you have seen the practice of these in dogs.
What?
Is this like the progression of wolves becoming chihuahuas type
Yes.
situation?
Yes.
Like,
This is
how
the
did we take a
domestication
wolf?
of dragons.
How
Oh
did
my
we go
God.
from a wolf to a pug? Something happened. We need to go back.
Humans
Marty,
happened.
there's something wrong with your kids. We gotta go back.
Like, humans happened.
Well, it could have been elves. We don't know who did
Well,
this.
Okay,
The
Mortals
race is
with intelligence.
Oh, well,
And this
definitely
is-
not humans then.
And this was 100% not something that happened, like, really quickly. This happened over centuries.
I didn't know that the breeding of these have gotten so far. They've gotten so tiny.
Oh, Maya, you win.
If this is what I think it might be, these used to be like dog-sized. They've really come a long way.
Well, I don't know if he's still growing. He ate quite a bit. Feels like a growing situation, but
I wonder if there's more of them out there.
I mean, maybe. Perhaps we're in an area. I mean, he seems to have taken a liking to my fur, so we'll see what happens going forward.
I take a couple pieces of meat and just put them outside of the hut, like right outside of the bubble, and just kind of watch.
This is when all the stray cats come running, and all of a sudden Orion's being like hounded by 15 of these little dragonlings.
No.
I'm the crazy cat lady of dragonlets.
Yeah.
Opens cloak and it's just like pours out.
No, don't worry. I have
Surprise, I'm a
plans.
druid!
I have plans, don't you worry. The rest of your watch passes uneventfully. Sasha just has a new friend.
Mm-hmm. After like 10 minutes or so, I take the rations and put them back in my bag and just start like sketching and taking notes of this little dragonlet.
Okay. Monric and Fred, you are up next on watch. Sasha, do you inform them of your tiny little friend?
Hmm. I will in the morning when like everyone's awake, pretty much.
Okay. Monric and Fred, perception checks, please.
Someone can see.
Okay. Monric, you are very attentive. However, given that it is, night now and there is cloud cover, visibility is reduced to almost nothing. You've got maybe the 60 feet of dark vision you've got, but you're a human. You don't have that. Fred is...
No, unfortunately not.
Fred is a little lethargic coming out of the snow-filled area of Travercraig. It's sort of like kick-started the idea of hibernation for her. Where not so much that she would, sleep for the whole winter, but definitely would not have as much energy as she normally does. But nothing comes to bother you guys. Nothing even comes to investigate the random-ass dome in the middle of the woods. And you wake Karasef and sort of reactivate Kitchen. And they take over for their watch. Karasef, perception check, please, dear.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, I'm wide awake. I'm paying such attention. It's is that a tree or a bush?
You know, since it is the end of a day, I'm not gonna say anything, but you can have a 20 on that, buddy.
Fantastic. With your 20, Karasef, you see in the distance there is... You can't make out what color it is, just that there is this shadow of movement with a wingspan of, hold on. Does it tell me? No? Of course not. Hold on. This thing's got a giant-ass wingspan. We're talking like about a 60-foot wingspan. This thing is huge. And it's flying back towards the mountains. What would you like to do, Karasef? This is 100% a dragon. You just don't know what color it is. Uh-oh, did we lose him?
He goes.
Is your
Karasef?
microphone?
He's here. He's typing.
Yeah, I'm seeing this.
And coming at you live from Dire Bear Knights Ransom chat.
Cat just unplugged something.
Well, we know what it was in the distance. No, I'm kidding.
It was the cat.
Surprise! It was the cat.
Ugh, cat, pay attention to me.
Roll for random encounter. It's just Maya.
All right, I should be back.
Welcome
There he
back.
is.
All right. So I missed like a solid third of your description also.
God damn it. All right, well, this thing has a 60-foot wingspan. You cannot tell its color. You can just tell that it's huge and heading towards the mountain.
Okay. I'm gonna alert Kitchen to this fact, of course, because he's awake and with me. But so long as it is still flying away from us, I'm just gonna let everybody else continue to sleep and try and keep track of where it's going.
Yes, it is headed for the mountain.
All right, I'm gonna keep watching to see where on the mountain it winds up going.
But with a wingspan that big, what is a 5-day journey for you guys is definitely not a 5-day journey for this thing.
I mean, we can't all have wings that big.
No, you cannot. And the rest of your watch passes with no problem.
Fantastic. Soon as the first person wakes up and be like, yeah, we totally had a dragon just miss us last night. This hut is awesome.
Party, how do you react to Zara telling you, or how do you react to Karasef telling you that there was a dragon?
Well, we did mention before as well that there could be a dragon upon this path.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, as long as it doesn't...
And where did this dragon go?
I'll be as specific as I can be, based on whatever I perceived, to say where they went.
From what you could see, headed directly back towards the mountains.
Yeah, like third peak from the right.
Sure.
Okay, well, we'll definitely want to make a note of that fact.
Yeah.
So one found us and one passed us by.
Could be the same one.
Wait, is nobody else in the party gonna react to the one found us comment?
I'm still just like, are we talking about the little thing in the corner?
You mean the little thing that is now peeking its head up over Sasha's fur?
Yes, that thing.
Yeah.
Because like that seems to have found us.
Oh.
Sasha,
Yes.
what's that?
During our watch last night, Ryan and I noticed eyes in the tree line, and well, it was this little guy. This is Memrat. Memrat? Like
Memrat.
memory?
Yes.
Memrat. He
Adorable.
I mean, he ate some of my food and curled up around my neck, so I mean, I think he's okay. I'll like raise my hand to kind of like pet under his chin with one of my fingers, if he'll allow it.
As you do, he just kind of, you know how cats get that really happy look whenever you're doing that, and it just looks like, yeah, that's what's happening.
Yeah, perfect.
And it is like giving this low frequency trill that is almost a purr, but it's definitely not a purr because it's not a cat.
Mm.
So what, it's just growling there? No.
Soft growls.
Well, you've
Happy
certainly found an
growls.
interesting companion.
He's not causing any harm, and I mean, he'll eat from my rations. I know I eat a lot already, so.
Well, how big is this gonna get? Because like, if it's anything like the last person that had a pet here, that thing got pretty big. Oh shit! I'm mixing up my characters. Karasef wouldn't have known about the raptor.
I am sure in the watches we have been on
It
that would
has
have come up with
definitely
Orion.
come up.
Orion's like, we have a friend who has a raptor. It's like,
Mhm.
excuse me.
Yes,
They're my
Indigo.
friend.
You're friends with a raptor?
No, friend
Put a
with the owner,
dragon
with
on your back.
like the trainer. Did Calyx call him that? No. You're just telling people that, aren't you?
You betcha.
God.
Wait, what is Orion telling people about Calyx?
That
They're
we're
friends.
friends.
Calyx never said that.
They did offer me a favor if I needed one. I'd say that's pretty friendly.
Yeah, that puts you in a friends category.
I don't think that puts him in friends category.
No, it kind of does.
It puts you in I don't find you annoying.
Which is friends category.
No. Calyx has like a 20-step program that you have to get through first. And Friends isn't even at number 1. Like, there's better than Friends. Y'all are just lowballing yourselves. I mean, you
So
look
in
at
a
Sasha,
20-step
Sasha's like, yeah, we're friends.
program, I'm at like a 10 or an
No,
8.
3.
perhaps
You're
a
a
19
3.
and a half.
Ooh,
Listen.
you
Oh.
are so close.
Listen, I'm one step closer than I was.
Half a step. But you know.
We're going to be friends. It's going to happen. Manifest.
We're gonna bring Calyx back just for an episode to become friends, and then they'll
God,
come
I
again.
feel like I have to at this point.
Yo, listen. You just wait till I find sending.
It's like, hey,
What's up,
get home safe?
friend? I hope you and Indigo are doing well.
You just hear like the hang up sound.
Dial tone. The reply to your sending message is just the drone of the dial-up sound.
It's you just
Even
hear
better.
Calyx groaning and then like nothing else. He's like, and that's it.
Another message the next day. I hope you're okay. I didn't hear back from you yesterday. Wishing you the best. You can reply to this message.
You eventually figure out that different groans can tell you roughly how his day has been going, depending on when you send it to him.
I like this.
He just starts to decipher all of Calyx's groans and
Just daily
annoying
recaps
sounds.
with Calyx at the end of every session, and it's just,
Yeah. God.
Oh my god.
What
Anyway,
would you
sorry.
prefer, Calyx getting upset or Adira's softly talking about her garden?
Yes.
Tough choice. Sorry.
Can we have them in conversation with each other?
Oh no. Oh, that would be horrible. I'll think about it.
So we should probably be careful moving forward if there is a larger dragon in the area.
That
But-
feels big.
We should try to get to town.
Okay. You pack up from your night and continue on to Warrington. It takes you about half the day to get there. You're moving at a decent pace. The roads are clear. As you get closer to the town, there are more and more signs of dragon activity. And on the walls that surround this city, sorry, I'm just double checking. I don't think I have a map for this one. No, I do not. So on the walls surrounding this city are a bunch of harpoons. They are lined with ballistas. and they are all aimed in the direction you have come from, aimed to the sky in the direction of the mountains.
Well,
Oh, I see. They spotted it too.
The walls have large scratches dragged across them as if they have been fighting multiple dragons. Although there definitely seems to be an age to them. And there are 2 colors that hang on either side of the main gate, which is currently closed. One is green, and one is purple. And I mean a deep royal purple. And it is a weird sort of aqua turquoise green, like a sea foam. And as
yes.
you go ahead.
Turquoise.
Turquoise. As you pull forward, the gate slowly starts to open in front of you. The guards that are standing there look harried and tired. They don't really say much to you as you ride through. And that is when you realize, that, well, he's, not he, sorry. Their fighting force seems to be heavily decimated. I mean, like, normally you see hundreds of soldiers and guards and whatnot in a city. You're seeing barely 100. The people look exhausted. Almost as if there isn't enough resources to keep people going. A lot of them look like refugees driven from their lands. And as you pull through, you are met by 3 knight lieutenants. One has her pearly white wings out and cascading down her back. And she is introduced by her squire as Dame Cassadrina Levelin, the Compassionate. The other is a female lizard folk whose scales match the color of her armor colors, which are, she is the one who is seafoam green. Cassadrina is the purple. She is introduced as Dame Caston Slevin, the Devourer. And the third is a male elf who is introduced by himself and dressed entirely in silver as Sir Kyoto Sujiri. I will give you the spelling for all 3 of those. Hold on. The Benevolent.
As Fred hears the last name, she kind of goes pale and steps back. she's at the back.
Fred, are you all right?
Maybe. I
You
think
don't have
I
to.
know him.
All right. Well, if you feel uncomfortable and if you need it, just stand behind me.
Okay. Thank you.
It is Sir Kyoto who speaks. Welcome, travelers, to the city of Warrington. I'm sorry you didn't have a more spectacular entrance into our city, but as you can see, we are fending off a very dangerous attack and unfortunately are failing in doing so. Which is no fault of ours, we are just not getting the support from the king that we need. And as depressing as this is, the most available lodgings will be at the barracks. If you would all be so kind as to follow us, and then we can discuss what it is that you're doing here in a more private setting. He is very put together and self-assured.
Does anyone seem to be noticing or paying mind to Sasha's friend?
No. And as you start looking around to see if anybody is, you notice a whole slew of them.
I was
Got 'em all.
I
Up
don't
on
have
the roof.
to look around anymore. I just look everywhere.
Like they are sitting on the roof of one of the neighboring buildings. And then
Ooh.
as you continue to look around, they are just everywhere. There are some cartwheeling in the sky. You even see a few of the few townsfolk that you do see have made friends of these dragonlets.
Interesting. Notes. Notes, notes, notes.
You are led to the Knight's Barracks, where you notice that there are only 2 buildings that would house soldiers and guards. Which is weird, because there's 3 knight lieutenants here. You also don't see a single person in silver livery. Specifically designed silver livery, like what Sir Kyoto is wearing. Once you have stabled your horses, dropped your gear off in the barracks where you would be able to stay, you are led to the main meeting room. This is not the war room. This is a more comfortable area for people to discuss things. Think of it more like a boardroom, but fantasy style. Dame Casadrina and Dame Caston both sit down across from each other while Sir Kyoto takes the head of the table, and you are all gestured to take seats around the table. Fred, now that you are no longer able to hide behind people, Sir Kyoto and his very silvery eyes sort of narrow in on you, give you an appraising look, and then says nothing. It is not that he disapproves, but perhaps more that any sort of conversation he would want to have with you is not one that would be had in front of others. We haven't had... Sorry. We haven't had travelers in quite some time. What brings you six to our city? Because I do not think it has been our cry for aid. Dame Casadrina has leaned forward to really kind of give you guys the once over. Like, there is only 6 of you. There is no way that you answered the call to aid.
I'm afraid we're the bearers of bad news.
I don't think that there is worse news than having to deal with the fucking dragon. But please, do tell me what the bad news is. For somebody who is named the Compassionate, this woman is tired.
Yeah.
There is an army that is going to be coming through here.
Oh,
On its
an army. There is an army coming. So now we have to deal with a dragon and an army. And
Not
Dame?
entirely.
Dame Caston kind of stands up to go stand next to Casadrina and just kind of like tries to help her calm down. Like, you need to relax. But you can tell, like, these 3 are sort of at their wits' end.
If
What
you would
did you
give us
mean?
a second to clarify,
By all means.
the army is not coming to be a problem for you. We are simply making sure that they have access to go past your town. They mean no ill will to you and your folk.
And explain exactly what is this army going to do?
Retrieve something that was taken that doesn't belong to the people.
Right. Something that was taken that does not belong to them.
Okay,
And what, pray tell, was taken that does not belong to the army that is coming after you?
The Crown Prince?
Your crown prince is safe in his palace.
No, he's not.
You notice all 3 of them look surprised by this news.
I can understand if you did not know, since you are a little cut off from a lot of things.
So, you want me to believe that our king has stolen your crown prince? Do I have this correct?
I mean, to clarify, not my crown prince, but I am just acting as a historian here.
But it is the crown prince of Thera.
yes, exactly.
Caston gives a look to Casadrina, and then they both look and share the same gaze with Kyoto.
If you do not impede the army, I'm sure they will be on their way smartly to Silver Summit.
If you want our assistance in getting your army through, you just...
In the meantime, perhaps we can offer you some assistance.
Fantastic. You took the words right out of my mouth. Slay the dragon, and your army can pass through.
What information can you give us on this dragon?
Hmm.
What was that, Karasov?
Oh, that
I think
wasn't
it was
me.
a sneeze.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I
Oh.
coughed. Sorry.
Ah,
Yeah.
that's what it was. Okay. Sorry, I just heard I heard a voice and I was like, he hasn't spoken in a while. Is he trying to say something before I keep going? Well, there is a cave in the mountains near the ground, so you won't have to climb. We don't have the experienced knights anymore to take on this creature. He seems to have help. A form of some mountain kobolds. They have been very successful in hiding the mouth of the cave. He seems very put out by this.
Odd question. Actually, no. I'll wait.
No, by all means, go ahead and ask your question.
No, because I want to talk to one of them in private.
All right.
Okay.
I apologize. I thought of it and then I was like, wait, no.
Otter. I need you
Yes.
to give me an insight check, please.
Ooh. Say I have questions too, but I can roll insight
know.
in the meantime. 18.
Do you remember the conversation you had with Sasha? That you could be talking to a dragon and never even know that you were talking to a dragon?
Indeed.
You are 75% sure that Sir Kyoto is a dragon. But
Lovely.
that 25% is sort of keeping you, like, you're not sure enough. You have your suspicions. The way he talks, the way he holds himself, the fact that he seems a little bit larger than life. But you're not sure. He could just be an old-ass elf.
Internal monologue. Sasha's not going to believe this if it's true. Manifest and it shall arrive.
Questions that party had
yes.
to these knight lieutenants, please.
What color is the dragon that's harrying this city?
White.
White. And does there seem to be reason behind it?
The dragon seems to have moved into the territory and doesn't seem inclined to leave.
I'm going to flip back in my book a bit. If I remember reading, white dragons are usually more on the chaotic side of temperament.
That they are.
Did that come from who?
That would be Kyoto.
Further insight check. That's even better. That's a natural 20 for 22.
Okay. That increases by another 5%. You're now 80% sure that this man is a dragon.
And for the record, I'm not looking at any of these people because I'm looking at them regardless. I'm looking at my book, flipping through notes, talking.
Yep.
Building off of that question, you seem to have a lot of dragon kin in the town? Question mark?
Oh, yes. The dragonlets, appeared about 4 months ago. And they've been I wish I could say they've been a bit of an attraction. But we haven't really had any visitors to sort of capitalize on it. We do have some eggs that are hatching soon, if you would like to be present when they do.
You now have Orion's full attention.
Also, for the record, anybody who has read the Pern series, these are fire lizards.
Except for Sasha.
No. In the Pern books, they're called fire lizards.
Ah. Even if they are ice adjacent?
Yes. No, it doesn't matter
Okay.
what color they are. They all breathe fire. Because they chew a certain thing and then it creates phosphorus and then they ignite it. It's the whole thing. They actually breathe fire. It's the Dragon Riders of Pern by Anne McCaffrey. But we are calling them dragonlets and they have D&D-esque powers based on their color.
Lovely.
But yes, there are dragonlet eggs that will be hatching soon. If you would like to be present when that happens.
In Draconic, Fred is going to look at Sir Kyoto and say, I would like to talk to you alone. And she goes, oh. She's super nervous.
Yep, hang on. I'm looking up something real quick.
All right, I was just checking something. Don't mind that.
I was just looking at mine too.
Okay. Does anybody else in the party speak Draconic?
I speak rock.
More.
But not Draconic.
I'm sorry, Sarah, did you just say not anymore?
Yes.
You get used to speak Draconic, yeah?
Yes.
Now I'm like, well, now I gotta look at Calyx. Nope. Only common and primordial.
And then Fred turns back and says that she would love to see the eggs hatch. As if she hadn't said anything.
Kyoto gives a small nod to what you asked. Dame Caston looks intrigued. Because Dame Caston also speaks Draconic. And therefore understood what you just asked for. Otter,
Meanwhile-
Orion, do
Yes.
you have any other questions for them?
Two.
Okay.
How long have you been having to deal with the white dragon assailing your town?
It's been almost half a year. At first, the attacks were maybe 3 weeks apart, and now he comes almost every 3 days. At the rate he's going, we're not going to have anybody left to fight him off, and we'll be as empty as Bleakburn.
Okay, two more questions.
If it is a question about Bleakburn, you are not going to get an answer until after you have finished the shit with Warrington.
Okay, I mean, the question
write
would
it
be
down and ask it at the
Bleakburn
end.
is empty, question mark?
Yeah,
But if they're...
you're not. That is
Yeah.
a level specific quest that you can't unlock that question and quest line until you hit level 8.
Oh, so if we look at Bleakburn, it's just really grayed out right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or it's like the Red Heart Lock in Final Fantasy XIV.
Never played any of them.
Fair enough.
So, not Bleakburn adjacent questioning.
Okay.
Have there been any attempts to an accord with this creature? I don't know if they like to talk as much as they used to, but they certainly used to like to hear themselves speak.
This dragon has been more, well, focused on just, well, slaughtering our land and our farmers and our people. It does not wish to negotiate. We are putting up a fight. And therefore, it seeks to destroy us.
Okay. And lastly, to follow that up, in dealing with your dragon, is an accord on the table, or is it slay the dragon?
All three of them reply, no. You don't even
Slay
get
the
your question
dragon.
out. You don't even get your question out. When you say, is an accord on the table, all three reply with no.
Cool. And with that information, I will simply look at Kyoto and ask, have you ever met Elita?
For a moment, he looks like he's about to say yes, and then changes what he's about to say and asks, who is Elita? Your percentage ticks up to 82%. We are just going to slowly fill this progress bar until you hit 100.
An old friend. She travels around a lot, and she meets a lot of interesting folk. And
She's also a sphinx.
Yes.
I can't say that she is familiar to me.
Well, lovely. I shade in a little bit more of a bar with Kyoto's name on it in the book.
Yep. Sasha, you said that you wanted to talk to one of them alone. Which one was
Well,
it?
like, to be honest, any one of them later on in the night sort of thing. It's just because I'm going to ask if they have any, if they've managed any, like, maybe the dragon has clawed the wall and a claw has fallen out, maybe they've knocked a tooth, something, a scale even, which would be even better.
Okay.
I'm asking
okay.
for the trackability of what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Okay. I will keep that in mind.
Yep.
Before any other further conversations can take place, a trio of young squires, all female, burst into the room, frantically stating, "It's happening! It's happening! It's happening!" And you watch as the three knight lieutenants get very excited. And they gesture for the group of you to follow them. Sasha, they do realize that you already have a dragonlet and actually encourage you to head to one of the upper seats where you would be able to observe what is going to happen.
Yeah.
The seats are carved of stone. This is, an amphitheater that was usually used for plays and whatnot, but has been converted into a hatchery for these dragonlets instead. The four of you that are here, you are offered a chance to bond with a dragonlet. Do you accept?
Definitely.
Eagerly.
100%.
You know it.
Ryan? Fantastic.
Who's gonna say no?
The four of you
No,
are
we're all gonna have magical
encouraged.
fire ferrets.
The four of you are encouraged to take your footwear off so as to like be able to feel the sands.
Can I
and
argue I
there are,
wouldn't feel it anyway and keep?
I mean, if you
I say,
want,
do you even
it's
wear
up to
shoes?
you. No.
Absolutely.
You are anyway. You are encouraged to do it. You don't have to if you don't want to.
Monric will definitely take his shoes off.
Karsef's gonna keep his boots on.
Okay, Fred.
Oh, absolutely.
As you take your footwear off or keep it on, as is your wont, you direct yourselves into the sands and following the instructions of the knight lieutenants there. And you see that there are specific people pulled from a lottery that also arrive onto the sand. There is a clutch of 15 eggs that are starting to wobble. You are all given small, and I mean small, like these are really tiny bite-sized pieces of raw meat. And are instructed to stand in a semicircle around the clutch as the eggs continue to wobble. They state that if the dragonlet wishes to come to you, it will. And to not feel disappointed, because they firmly believe, even though that these things have only been there for 4 months, that there is a dragonlet for every person in the world. You just haven't found yours yet if you don't get chosen. And some, like Sasha, wind up finding them when they're full grown. So it's like, it's kind of a crapshoot, you know?
Anyone paying attention just watches Karsef's shoulders drop a little.
And the eggs just start to frantically wobble. The sands are warm beneath your feet. Karsef, I'm gonna let you go first. Roll me a D100, please, dear.
100. Shit, you don't get
Yes,
to roll
sir.
that very often.
Give me that percentile roll. Fantastic! All right, now you're gonna roll me a D20. Just a flat D20. Is that the same one that Quentin rolled?
Is it a 9?
No,
It's
it's
close.
Mine was a 9.
Okay. Karsef. The very first dragon the very first dragonlet that cracks the egg. It is covered in the mucus of the shell, but you can tell that it is a brilliant copper. It stumbles to get its bearings before it shakes its wings out very kind of haphazardly and then lifts itself into the air. It's kind of more like a jump because it's just figuring out how its wings work, to the point where you instinctively crouch because it seems to have zeroed in on you. Although maybe it's going for Monric or maybe it's going for Fred. But as you hold your hand out with this small chunk of raw meat, it sort of nosedives into the sand in front of you before it gives a pitiful cry of hunger and tries to right itself. What are you doing?
Having a very internal just moment, and then going down to try and give it some of the meat.
As it latches onto the meat, you help pull it upright, just kind of like with the piece of raw meat. And then you let it go, and it gobbles it down, and then you put another piece in your hand, and you just kind of start leading it back out of the semicircle, so that you
Classic
have space.
Ooh, piece of candy style.
Yes, exactly. You're kind of being like coached through it, so that, you know, it's done properly and nobody's getting hurt. And then this small, tiny copper dragonlet is eating literally out of the palm of your hand. This thing is only with a wingspan about as wide as your hand, and it's not even 2 hand widths long. So it has quite a bit of growing to do. But you, sir, have got yourself a copper dragonlet.
Cool.
Roll me a d2. Just flip a coin.
Okay. Oh, there's literally not a thing for that. I don't have a coin near me.
You could probably just do /roll 1d2.
Yeah, that way it works.
/roll 1d2.
Yep.
I got a 2.
Okay.
I had no idea that was a command I could do in this.
Oh, you could do a random ass number too. Like you do /roll 1d59 and it'll roll you within a 59.
Wow.
Yeah, roll 20 is kind of great like that.
Interesting.
You also gain that mental connection with this copper dragonlet. And
Nobody noticed.
she tells you that her name is Mizzy. M-I-Z-I.
Alrighty.
Congratulations, it's a girl. Congratulations on your new daughter.
Oh, thanks. What is your name? Did we find out?
What?
What was Sasha's dragonlet's name?
Memrat.
Memrat, right. Yes, we knew that.
Okay. Orion.
Hello.
D100, please.
These. 91.
Fantastic. Roll me a d20.
This one. That is a 20.
Okay, you get one of the new ones.
Oh.
The dragon that falls out of the egg is... You know what? This is just thematically perfect.
I will say, alongside the piece of meat in my hand, I have taken out a gold coin and put it in my hand next to the piece of meat.
Okay. Okay. This dragon, at first, looks like a white dragon. It is not. As it shakes off the mucus of the egg, you notice that it is iridescent in a way that it is a dark navy and a bright silver.
Is it striped like a tiger? I'm having a hard
No.
time here.
If you think like a chrome plating, Zara,
Okay.
you know, like when you shift chrome, it shifts colors.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, that's what it's doing.
Was it 2 colors?
Just between the 2 colors, so the navy and the silver.
Thank you.
And as you're watching it, it has what seems to be constellations in the silvery iridescence. Orion, this dragon doesn't even look at anybody else. They just have eyes for you. please flip me a coin. Or roll me a d2, whichever one you need to do.
I have a coin right here. That is a 1.
Okay. As it gracefully consumes the meat, like where Caraceps was a bit of a pig and just kind of like gobbled it down, Orion, yours is being significantly more neat about it. Despite how clearly hungry it is, he is being neat. The mental connection snaps together for you. And you find out that his name is Nikeia. Naikia.
Naikl.
Kia. It clings to that gold coin, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Monarch. Oh, by the way, Otter, that is a lunar dragon.
You know, manifest and it will appear.
It's from the Spelljammer, the Astral Adventurer's Guide,
Cool.
which is one of the new books. No, it's the Spelljammer's book. The Lunar Dragon's from the Spelljammer's book. Monarch, roll me a D100, please. Okay. Give me a D20 roll, please. Actually, no, just a D10.
So I'll get down on one knee with my hand out.
Yep. I'm just trying to look to see if there was like a full list, but there is not. Okay. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. The dragon that approaches you, it still has pieces of the shell sticking to it. And it is a really distinct shade of brass. I need you to give me an animal handling check, please. Oh, having seen everyone else around you making the bond with their dragonlet, you are quick on the uptake and you are able to properly make a strong connection with your dragonlet. Roll me a D2, please. You just do /roll 1d2. There you go, perfect. You have a male brass dragonlet who tells you that his name is Bravedes. 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 And then he is too content with eating to give you anything more. Fred. There are 6 people left, including you. And there's 1 egg that is slightly colored differently than the others. And it is rocking back and forth. And at one point, you see it push against the egg, like the shell, but maybe it's too soft. It seems to be having a problem getting out of the shell. I'm not pulling the plot from the white dragon. I don't know what you're talking about. What are you
I don't know
doing?
what you're talking about. I'm going to drop to my knees to try to help it.
You managed to get the eggshell undone. And the dragon that spills out into your hand is a bright, vibrant gold. And she looks exhausted from the fight of being born. As you feed her, she tells you that her name is Morath. There will be further instructions on how to properly care for your dragonlet next session. We are going to call it here, mostly because I don't want to go too far without Kitchen. Cody will hopefully be joining us again next week. He was just really, really ill this week.
Oh God, his voice. I heard his voice
Oh my God,
earlier.
I know.
He sounded so bad. I was
Yeah.
like, oh no, poor baby.
I don't want to move
Feel
on
better,
too far
buddy.
without him, and I definitely want him to get his dragonlet so he doesn't miss out. So we're gonna call session here for the night. We will be back next week. We are back on our weekly schedule for A Knight's Ransom. I am back and not feeling burnt out anymore. We have half of Act 2 and the entirety of Act 3 to go through yet with this group. Stick around to see what sort of adventures these guys are going to get up to. They have to go kill a white dragon. Nobody knows what the age of this thing is, so they don't know what they're getting into. There are private conversations to be had, more questions to be asked, and things to be tracked when we see you next week for another episode of A Knight's Ransom. Despite how it feels, we are still, as far as we're aware, in the middle of this pandemic. So please, if you feel comfortable wearing your mask, wear your mask. Social distance when you can. Wash your hands and sanitize without killing the good germs on your hands. Be kind to one another. And remember, roar for initiative. See y'all next week.
you